Okay, so we're either going from, if we're looking for 6 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here, we're not looking at a C box. It looked like a C box, but it's not. Alright, so what we're really looking at is these 6 strings, because the top 2 strings have to be the ones that warped over. Okay, so then we don't worry about anything down here. So this is the shape that we're looking at. Okay, so we'd be starting 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5. This looks more like a G shape. All right, because with the root shape here we've got 1, 4, 5. So if root starts down here, you know we're looking at a G shape there, not a C shape. So this string up here would be a 6 right here. So it works the same way. It works the same way. So nevertheless, this is the arpeggio, cage-bound arpeggio pattern. And as you can see, you can start on any string and just head on up the strings from there. The way an arpeggio pattern works is with a major arpeggio. Remember, this is all P4 tuning, so there's not going to be any magic up top at the top 3 strings, you know, where we'll have something like, we're not going to have that magic, you know, where things start to line up easily. So in any arpeggio, major arpeggio, we have, it doesn't matter if it's root, if it's the 4th, or the 5th. They're all going to behave the same way with triads. We have a major 3rd and then a minor 3rd, but this is an on string minor, and then we have a major 4th, and it just repeats. Major 3rd, minor 3rd, and a major 4th. Major 3rd, minor 3rd, major 4th. Major 3rd, minor 3rd, and a 4th. Major 3rd, minor 3rd, and a 4th. That's what the major cage-bound arpeggio pattern is about. Of course, you can just do arpeggios if you start down here, major 3rd, minor 3rd, and a 4th, and you take that root and you can go on up with that, but you have to hit the tuning warp again. That's where you get the fun shapes on top, and you get the repeat, root 5, root 3 5, root 3 5. If you're going to go out of the cage and just do an arpeggio, then you don't have an extra inversion added when you have the on string interval. Same thing works with minors. With a minor, D minor, we have now we have a minor 3rd, therefore that leaves a major 3rd and then to a 4th. Okay, with E minor, there's a minor 3rd, a major 3rd, and a 4th. And then with A minor, there's a minor 3rd, major 3rd, and a 4th there. And that's how we can. That's how either one of these. 2nd minor, 3rd minor, or 6th minor. With the 6, you just follow the blue. 6 to root to 3 to 6 to root to 3. Got to go up a 4th there. We're not going to go way over here for a 4th now, right? That would be only a major 3rd up there anyway. You know, a 4th would be way over here, so that's why we're going straight up. All right, so that's the rules for major and minor. Now, of course, the half diminish is a double minor interval. Okay, I didn't draw the one for that. I had that before, so it's... And look, that just goes across 2 or 3 cages. And then when you go straight up with half diminish, it's not a perfect 4th, it's an augmented 4th. So you have a minor in C, which is B half diminished. You have a minor, and an augmented fourth. Augmented fourth. I didn't draw that pattern for that. And when you want to put the half diminished into a pattern like this, cage bound, this is a cage bound, then you're going to be jumping all over the place, right? Because it's going to go way across the fretboard, you know. So it's going across two cages. Again, one way to look at the half diminished. And now it doesn't really matter what minor we're looking at. Would be just to play the Dorian, but add the seventh. So it would be, the thing is, the second of would be the root of the Dorian. Starting from the second, you know, that would be the I guess the third of the half diminished. Okay, and then the fourth of the Dorian would be the fifth of the half diminished, that kind of thing. But make it easy if you just add a seventh there to it. You know, supposedly you can play a caged bound half diminished using the Dorian. Alright, the way this diagram is set up, if we're going to add a seventh to the Dorian, which is the purple, we're not talking about that seven. That is a no-no, because this note is 3 notes, but it is not all 3 notes on that particular fret. Obviously, if this is the 2, the 3 would be here. So it's an interesting way, but so we don't use this 7. Let's just try to add a 7 to that Dorian. So we've got the 2, we've got the 4, and then we've got the 6. Where would the 7 be? Okay, well, let's go up to the 2 again. Alright, the 7 would be like a minor third below that 2. Alright, so a minor third would be like down here, I believe. Okay, I went ahead and added the 7s in. So we can even do the Locrian with the pattern. This is the pattern for the Locrian. So as you can see from then this is only for the Dorian right here. So you see a 7, 7, that ain't gonna fly. This 7 is only for the Dorian. Alright, so I'll have to make a note of that. But so looking at the purple, you know, you can know that 6 goes to 7. There's a whole step between 6 and 7. So that would be this is the pattern also for the Locrian, but only relating to the purple. The Phrygian and the Aeolian, you know, patterns are what they are. So you start on the 3, and you got 3 to 5 to 7 to 3, 3 to 5 to 7 to 3, okay, to 5, and then it's got to warp up. So the 7 is going to be right on top of it now. Okay, then back to P4. And the 6, the Aeolian, would be starting on the 6, would be. Now that's those frets getting shorter and shorter, you know, and there's that tendency to, you got to look down and see where you're at on the fret width. To the 6, to the root again. Okay, then we go to the warp up, so it's going to come right on top. It just warped that 6-3 right over, and then the root. But going from the Dorian now, we have our Dorian, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4. Now I've got to stretch my fingers for those intervals, and it's warped it right up. That 6 and 2 come right over the 4, up to the 4 there. But now we're going to do the Locrian. Here we go. 2, 2.